Hi, welcome to Leicester Fan TV. We're live and it's match preview time. We've had a little international break, really, which none of us really wanted, but great time in a way to have a bit of a breather for Leicester. Fantastic start to the season. Should come back fairly refreshed for tomorrow's trip to Swansea.
Yeah, you've obviously got a lot of players who have gone out on international break, likes of Ndidi going to Nigeria, Daka going to Zambia, and then obviously you've got a few of the English boys or even just people around the world now. So they're coming back. There's, like I say, Harry Winks, fresh, ready to go. He's not been international break. Ricardo Pereira, I don't think he's been called up to Portugal. So there's many players who needed a rest and they're back in now. And then I heard that Maresca's been talking about, since the international break's been on, he's been trying to work with all the wingers to improve how we've been playing. So
yeah, absolutely. Now we're doing this live, so if anybody wants to put a comment in, we can put it up on screen. We can chat about what you think. Obviously, the trip to Swansea, 3 o'clock kickoff really tomorrow. What time's your bus?
It's 8 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, a bit of a trip down to Swansea, about 4 hours, isn't it? So
yeah.
Looking forward to that. Team-wise, I think the Leicester side, the back three, I think sort of, does it pick itself now? Connor Cody, does he get in there? Wout Fies? Where would you go with the back three?
With Callum Doyle out injured, there's only one place that gets in there, and that's JJ. I think because of how he plays in that line of left back role, that's the only suitable position for him. So JJ comes back in the back line. Vestergaard, I think he's not done anything wrong again. He deserves to play, so he goes in the middle. And then, to be honest, I think FaZe gets in there. I think Connor Cody again doesn't get the spot because I think he takes Vestergaard's spot, but I think that's only when he's either injured or not fit, because at the moment you can't take Vestergaard out this time.
Yeah, Andy Smith says here, play our strongest team and get the result of the Foxes. I think without a shadow of a doubt, Maresca will be picking his strongest starting lineup tomorrow, but he might surprise us, because I wonder really, and again, if you're watching this, I wonder if I'm starting to get the feeling that Maresca's tactics slightly is to, in the nicest way, grind down the other team for 50, 60 minutes to then maybe go for the kill.
Yeah, but then I'd say that away games wise, we've scored early recently and we've kind of been dominating teams as much as we have been, or instead of being at home, because like I say, home games are always kind of grinding their games out and trying to win 1 or 2-0. But at the moment, we're doing so much better away, and it's good to see. So it is what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And Swansea sort of in the table at the moment. They're 12th. They've had 4 wins.
Four on the bounce.
Yeah, they're on quite good form, aren't they? 4 wins. Like you say, they're second probably most formed team after Leicester at the moment.
Yeah, and obviously they did lose, what was his name? Joel Perot. I think it's Joel Perot or Swing Perot last year, and he scored 20 goals, and now they're actually doing quite well again. So it is going to be a tough game, but you'd still expect Leicester to ease this game.
Yeah, the last few games they beat Plymouth, they beat Norwich, they beat Millwall, they beat Sheffield Wednesday. The last result that wasn't a win was QPR. With QPR,
and that's quite a bad result for them, because QPR have been in an awful position right now.
So I mean, interesting to see if you've been out there. Joe says here, teams have to come out against us at home. This leaves us more space to operate in. I think Joe's spot on there, which is what you're saying, isn't it? The home team, Swansea, the crowd will expect them to come and have a go, and that will only suit our style.
Well, yeah, because like I say, when the opponents are at home, they're going to want to play their way, and most of the time it isn't in our favour. So when we're at home, all the team wants to do is defend. Away, they have to come out and try and produce a performance, and just basically gives us a free chance to get some goals, which, like I said, it's been good all season away at the moment. I think we've won every single game back to back in the season anyway.
I think a lot of the places, I think people will pick the same sort of teams. I think it's going to be perhaps the wingers where people have a bit of a debate. Don't think McAteer's quite back yet, is he?
He's on the grass, but he's not fit yet.
No, so McAteer won't be available tomorrow. And then it comes down to people like Mavididi. Do you see him starting?
I think he's the only option on that side now. I said before McAteer got injured that we did have Marcel. We've got him. We had Mavididi. There were certain positions, but now we've got a few injuries, or say Marcel's not been in the side as much. I think your only pick on that left wing is Mavididi, which I guess isn't the greatest, but he is probably our best winger on that side anyway. So
yeah, I think he's looked decent at times. I'd like to see more consistency from him. I think obviously he's not that young. He's mid-20s, isn't he? So you can't be there saying, well, he'll learn consistency. I think that's where we'll see if we do go up, if he's going to be good enough for the Premier League.
Well, we had the thing with Barnes where we always said that as much as he was our best winger, there was no competition. There was no player to try and say, if you're not playing well, I'm going to get into this side. There's no one. So at the moment, that's why you won't get as consistency in Mavididi, because he's going to be playing every game either way. So he's got to produce performances, or if someone like McAteer comes back, he will take that role.
And then it's perhaps the wing the other side where there's more debate, isn't it? Who do you think will fill in that slot?
I think the most of the threat one is obviously Fatawu, but you've got Albrighton, and I think you've got someone like Akon as well. But he played better in that more of a central role. So the only two options is Albrighton and Fatawu, and I think Albrighton's had his day now. So
yeah, I think Albrighton's going to play a very small bit part from time to time.
Don't get me wrong, late on to help us out. I'd say he got the assist for the one against Preston. So he's there to impact the game late on, but I think your first choice has to be Fatu at the moment.
Obviously, I know we're dodging around here with position-wise, but I think a lot of it picks itself. Winks is... I don't know where we'd go with that, Winks in that role. So people like Winks is going to play, isn't he? And Dewsbury Hall. These are shoo-ins, aren't they?
Yeah, I think you've got to put the name of Ricardo Pereira in there as well. He's a massive impact in the game. I think Dewsbury, yes, I think he's had a couple of games that are good. I've not rated him throughout the season, but he's improved the last couple of games, so I think he deserves to start again. And then it all comes down to who's on that other side, because you've got too many players. You've got Ndidi, you've got Atgon, who's been playing there. You've got Cassidy, who I think we both agree that it's not been too impressive.
He looked okay. I think he's done okay.
I think, like I say, other than the last game, I don't think we've seen too much of him. But again, he's a young player who came from Chelsea. He didn't get game time at Chelsea, so he's got to come and prove his worth at somewhere else. And maybe he gets a start against Swansea.
We've talked about Ndidi before, but he is like I've said it before. I don't know if people watching this agree, but he's Premier League quality midfielder, so way too good for this league. So having Ndidi in there is a proven player. So I'm always going to go for Ndidi over Cassidy because he is that proven quality. So I think he should start. I think he will. I think Jamie Vardy will probably start tomorrow again. I think Nacho's offers something, but has been, again, a little bit hit and miss. And I think Jamie Vardy's beginning to find his stride in this division and quite enjoying that it's not the Premier League, maybe. And at his age, I think he is getting more of the ball in the right areas and finding that it's all about, for Jamie Vardy, it's having that lethal finishing touch. And we've started to see that again this year.
Yeah, I think when Brendan Rodgers first came in, Vardy struggled as well with getting into the new system. And after a while, he started scoring goals with fun. And that's what's happened with Enzo. It's very, very quickly changed. But the first few weeks we always said, and Kelechi Iheanacho had to be in there because he suits the style so much more, because he's such a holds the ball up better and then passes it on. Whereas Vardy's more of a ball over the top. And at the moment, he's doing completely different and he's suiting the style so much better. So I'd say Vardy has to be up top as well.
I think so as well. Wayne says Leicester City will win this. Fear not. I'm with you, Wayne. I can only see a Leicester win. We'll come on to some score predictions in a minute, really. So if people want to put in the comments what they think the final score will be in the Swansea v Leicester game, do let us know in there, and ask Reedy the same. Carlos has come straight in there. He says, afternoon, lads, we'll win 3-0 in there. Carlos also says the weather is terrible. Yeah, it could be tomorrow. I don't think there's no rumours of it being rained off, but it is very wet out there, Reader.
It's Swansea. Every time we've been down Swansea the last couple of years, it's
always wet.
It's been wet, yeah. It's not great.
It is. Dawn says it's going to be 3-0. I assume, Dawn, you're going for 3-0 Leicester there, but you never know. Andy also wants to say Brighton is still the best crosser at the club. He is.
He is.
He still is.
I feel the problem is with that.
He's not necessarily the best winger anymore.
All I'm going to say is I think that's the only thing he's got in his locker now. I don't think he's got any pace. He's not got any passing. I think the only thing he's got
a good brain.
Yes, he has. Yes,
he's always had a good.
He's got a good footballing brain. Yes, but I think that's the only good thing about him now. I think all he can do is cross the ball, and if it doesn't get to anyone, it's basically pointless anyway.
I think Albrighton perhaps suits a different type of formation than what Maresca's playing.
Exactly. When we played 4-4-2 in Ranieri style, yes, completely fine.
Yeah, and like Carlos says, everybody knows I love Michael Brighton. You know, he could start every week for me and still could, but he won't do at the moment. In there, really, come on then. What do you think the final score is going to be? A first goal score and a final score?
I think in Jamie's show, I called a 3-0. I think it's going to be the first big clean sheet. Obviously, we beat Norwich, I think 2-0, but I think it's going to be quite an easy 3-0 now, because as much as they're in good form, like you say, we've got the best team in the league on paper, and it shows already. We've won 10 out of 11, and hopefully it's 11 out of 12. But I honestly think
they're in good form. Don't forget that.
They are in good form. But you would have said that about Norwich. You would have said that about Preston. You would have said that about who else was it? Obviously Ipswich as well, but we've not played them. But so many teams are losing games even though they've been in big form. So for me, I'll say 3-0, and I'm going to say Vardy double, and I want Daka to come on again. Let's get one in the end.
You want Daka to come on? Daka to come on. Oh, good luck to Daka. You know, we'll see. We've obviously got Leeds coming up next week.
You've got Sunderland.
Sunderland, QPR, Leeds. So Middlesbrough and then Watford. It's going to be an interesting little run again, like we said, about how it's all going to work. So it's going to be interesting. Let's get a couple of score predictions in there. Joe says, the thing with Michael Brighton is he is a great crosser, but like usual, we have no real target man. So doesn't have anyone with a massive aerial threat.
Let's just say this. We're not going to say the word that the sentence.
You can't say it.
We're not allowed to say it.
Don't say it.
I'd love to say it. I'd love to have another huge error. I'd love to have another huge error at the club.
Sometimes I wonder if Mavadidi could be a guy in the middle. We don't play that way anyway, Joe. No, we don't go that way.
We can't talk about.
GPM Moore on YouTube says 2-1 to Leicester in there. I'm going to go Leicester as well. There's always going to be a chance that we could let a goal in, but I think I'm going to go for 3-1 to Leicester. I think, like you say, they will come and have a go at us. I think we'll score early again, and I think it'd be quite comfortable. But anyway, listen, if you're down at the match tomorrow and see anybody from Leicester Fan TV, do come and say hello to us all down there. I think we've got a watch-along being hosted tomorrow by Michael and Elijah, so join them if you're not at the match and get your views and comments in live. And from me, Reedy, we'll see you. Sunday is Jamie's Aftermath show, and Monday is my Fan Zone show at 7:30. So thanks, Reedy. We'll see you later.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.